everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video I am bringing you a family cookie that we make every holiday season. I come from a Hungarian family, so our holidays are so heavily based on desserts and food. We make all kinds of Hungarian food and desserts and we really love it. Unfortunately this year we won't be seeing each other. It kind of is horrible. I know it's awful for anybody right now because you just never know, especially when we have older people in our family. It's just so hard, and my family lives so close to New York City. I'm a little more south in South Jersey, but they live North Jersey, so they're much closer to the city, and it just isn't safe for us to see each other this year, which really makes me sad. But I thought that I would make these cookies to kind of cheer up my kids and bring a little taste of the holidays home for them. I do bake all holiday season, the whole season I bake for them, but I thought I would try something that makes them feel more like we're with our family. That's more of my extended family, but we always get together at New Year's and we just have one huge meal together. But I thought I would share this with you. I've never made it before, so it's exciting to kind of have the first time sharing it with you, and I really hope you want to watch and see. So if you're interested, keep watching. So last night, what I did was I made the dough. It was super simple, and I will insert that clip now. Okay guys, so this dough was super easy. I just took really soft butter that I let sit out on my counter till it became room temperature, and I whipped it up really good. You needed half and half, a little bit of vanilla, and sugar and flour. So I was showing it was 1/4 cup of sugar and 1 cup of flour. I didn't think it was going to be enough, but it all ended up being exactly how it was supposed to be. It will be very sticky. That's the only difference. Is when you first do it, right before you put the half and half in, it might feel a little crumbly, but it will become very sticky, and that's exactly what you want. Here I am adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I'm just going to whip that together really good. Here I'm going to add 1 cup of the flour, and then I'm just going to mix it all together, and then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of the half and half, and it will all come together real good for you. Like I said, I recommend this to sit for a minimum of 2 hours. I did mine overnight, and it can be up to 5 days in the refrigerator. I just put it on parchment paper, sealed it really tight, and set it on a shelf in my fridge, and it was really good to go this morning when I started to roll it out. It was a little hard, and it just started to soften as I worked it with my rolling pin. basically it was just butter, flour, sugar, and vanilla. I did it last night because it did say to let it sit for at least 2 hours, so I figured I would do it today, but it can sit for 5 days in your refrigerator, and I'm pretty sure you could freeze it if you really wanted to. Then you make a buttercream for the middle. They're super easy, super simple, and they really are good. Like I said, we just do lots of desserts and lots of food around the holiday time, and I just was really excited this year that I was able to share some of these videos with you. So if you're interested in seeing how I made these cookies and if they turned out good, keep watching. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start out with my paddle attachment, and I'm going to whip my butter until it's more of a whipped consistency, and you'll start to see the colors change a little bit. It will be more like a yellowy, just like a whipped butter. So it would probably be about 2 minutes. And my butter is not melted, but it is definitely at like room temperature. I let it sit out for about an hour, and because my heat's on, it warmed up pretty good. As you can see, it's more of a whipped consistency. I'm sure everybody has whipped butter. If not, then that's what it's supposed to look like. And now it does recommend 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to start with just a little bit and add as we go. I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. I don't want it to be too sweet. So I have here about a cup and a half of powdered sugar. I think it's going to be enough, but I can always add a little bit more. And then I'm going to add food coloring. I'm hoping to be able to make green. We'll have to see. Okay, so what I have here is a silicone mat that I got last year for Christmas. I have my dough right here. It sat overnight. It's a little hard, so now this dough, I will insert a clip before all this of me making this dough. It was very sticky. I've never made a dough quite like this before, so we will see. Actually, I'm going to add a little flour to my silicone mat. Okay, you guys, so if you find yourself struggling with that dough because I believe it has to really be cold to use it. I would just pop it back in the fridge for 5 or 10 minutes and then try to roll it back out. Definitely use flour to roll it out because it is quite sticky. But these are what they look like. What I'm gonna do is now is I'm gonna dip them in sugar because that's what it says, and then I'm gonna put little holes in them with the, that was my oven, I'm gonna put little holes in them with forks, kind of just to make them look cute, but I think you dip them in sugar because there's not a lot of sugar in the actual dough. So that's what we're gonna do now. And it does recommend baking them on parchment paper. It also recommends not overcooking them. They are not gonna look golden brown at all. I think 350 for 7 to 8 minutes. I'm cooking them for 7 minutes. I'm gonna check them at 6. It does not recommend that you overcook them. You definitely want these to be more of a white, like fluffy, airy, shortbready kind of cookie. So just, I recommend really keeping an eye on these. So let's get started. So I have my parchment paper down. I'm just gonna dip them in a little bit of sugar. Say this, but once I'm done, they'll cool. Obviously you'll frost them and then you'll make little cookie sandwiches. So hopefully they'll turn out good. So I'm gonna get these in the oven and I will be back when I am what they'll look like after they come out of the oven, and I'll show you when I put them on the cooling rack. Okay, you guys, so here they are. I just transferred them onto a cooling rack. Now they are definitely not perfect by any means, but they do look really cute and kind of rustic and homemade. If I had had an actual cookie cutter, they probably would have been much better. So I'm going to do my second batch. I'm going to let these cool, and then I will be back when it's time to stick buttercream in the middle. Okay, I know you can't see my face. I'm here. I matched up all my cookies. I kind of kept the camera like this so you're able to see me frost them. I do have my buttercream. I think I have way too much icing, but I will freeze it. But here's my cookies. And I matched up according to size because of course I didn't have a cookie cutter to make them all perfect. That's okay. It did recommend a tablespoon per cookie, but I feel like that's just a little too much icing. So we're just gonna judge. The cookies are very fragile, so I just wanna be quite careful with it. And we'll go from here. And let's just see. I'm gonna take one. We're gonna carefully put some icing in the middle. No, you cannot have this. It's not for you. And here's the frosting, and I'm just going to cap it. Kind of squish it very carefully because the cookies are so delicate. And there they are. That's exactly what they're supposed to look like. I'm so excited. And let's just keep going. Okay, you guys, so these are the cookies. I am so proud of how cute they turned out. You could literally do these for Valentine's Day, make them into little teeny tiny hearts, and put pink icing. They would be so cute, but I think they're so Christmassy and festive. If I had had something to make red food coloring, I would have, but I only had it to make green, and that's okay. But they turned out perfect, and I'm so happy. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope you subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye, guys.